Hey everyone, it's Spkdro Studios here, and I just wanted to say thank you all so much for 25,000 subscribers. It's literally insane, and I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all of you all for supporting every single video that's been coming out. I just wanted to talk a little bit about a new series that's never been done before on YouTube called Transformers: The Last Spark. Obviously the title will be more understandable once the series actually releases. This is a 100% CGI series. It's never been done before on YouTube, at least when I checked. I will be animating 100% of it, editing it, and so here's the plot synopsis that I had in mind. So after the events of Transformers: The Last Night, Megatron has seized the power of Quintessa, the prime of life. Unicron is no more, and the humans are wiped away from existence. And with his godlike abilities, he has resurrected the dead, rewritten history in his own image, and bent the laws of time and space to his will. At the heart of this chaos stands Optimus Primal, a maximal warrior plagued by a mysterious condition that causes him to randomly slip through time and space. Torn from his Nightverse universe, where we last saw him in Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, Optimus Primal finds himself hunted by Megatron's slave, Nemesis Prime, the corrupted enforcer who was once Optimus Prime in the Bayverse universe. Now, Primal must survive this realm of predators, uncover the truth behind his affliction, and find a way back home, before Megatron's shadow consumes him forever. This is going to be diving into the multiverse in the Transformers mythology. I understand there are many projects such as Transformers Shattered Glass mythology, where the Autobots are evil and the Decepticons are good, but in this particular universe, this extension of the Bayverse universe that I had in mind was Megatron is the lord of the universe. He has absorbed Quintessa's powers for his own self-benefit. So here's a list of characters that I'm currently looking for. There are also some characters that are not on this list that I've already found people to voice for, or there are also characters that do not talk at all. Alright, let's get started. So the first character that I had in mind was Optimus Primal. If you do plan on auditioning for this character, I would prefer for it to be as close as possible to the Ron Perlman interpretation of the character from Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. And obviously he's a wise warrior leader, protective, strategic, but he's also very fierce in battle. So let's move on to the next character. This is Megatron from the Bayverse universe. So my preference is if this is as close as possible to the Frank Welker interpretation of the character. The next character is a very interesting addition, is Shockwave from Generation 1, and Megatron has his own reasons for recruiting especially this character, and so for this one I'm looking for someone that can play the G1 interpretation of Shockwave the best they can. The next character is Ironhide, and then we also have Tarn from Generation 1 mythology, and also Ratchet. Ironhide and Ratchet, I would like whoever's auditioning for them to be as close to the material as possible, whereas for Tarn, I'm opening an opportunity for you to give your own interpretation of the character, as I don't believe there's been a lot of voice acting for Tarn at all, and I'm very curious to see what you come up with. The next three characters are Starscream from the Bayverse universe and Starscream from Transformers Prime, and I have my own very reasons for including in particular these two versions of the character, because I think they have the potential to have such an interesting dynamic, sometimes even comedic on screen. The third character is called Blastoff. This is a character from Generation 1. I am going to be making him part of Megatron's Seekers. The Seekers are a group of characters that patrol for the Decepticons, and Blastoff is going to be one of those characters, and I've listed his personality down there that I'm looking for. The next three characters is the two iterations of Soundwave and Grimlock from Generation 1. So he has a very caveman-like delivery. If you are planning on playing this character, do make sure to nail that comedic delivery. And then the two iterations of Soundwave, they're very distinct from one another in that the Bayverse interpretation is more of a growling monster character, whereas the one from the Nightverse is very monotone and very faithful to the Generation 1 interpretation. But Megatron in this universe, he has an entire squad of sound waves. The whole purpose of their existence is to make sure that Megatron is constantly aware and they are always surveilling everything that happens throughout the universe. The next three characters is RC, Brawl, and Barricade. RC, she's very faithful to the Transformers Prime interpretation. That's what I want to go for. Very confident and battle ready. She also has this subtle warmth to her character where she's willing to give uplifting speeches to those that need it. Brawl from the Bayverse, very loud, aggressive. He has a very battle-hungry edge. Barricade, he's very smooth, but he's very threatening, very similar to the Transformers The Last Night interpretation of the character. So the next three characters that I had in mind was Drift from the Bayverse and Thundercracker and Skywarp as the remaining two Seeker characters that Megatron assembles to be his hammer, basically, throughout the galaxy. So just to recap, these are all of the characters that I'm currently looking for voice actors to play, and I think these are all unique opportunities. If you've never tried voice acting before and you are a fan of this channel, please don't hesitate to apply. I am going to be listening to all of these tapes and I will be responding to each and every one of them. So again, if you really want to be a part of the next big fan series on YouTube for Transformers, please do try to audition for these characters and the final result will be amazing, I promise. Just to wrap up this video, here's the timeline that I have in mind. So I'm going to start off with some audition tips when you're submitting. The first thing is make sure you are auditioning with material that's related to your character's personality. If you are submitting an audition for Brawl, for example, you don't want to do voice acting piece of someone that's not really related to his personality, because that does not give me a good idea as a director that you can play that part effectively. And obviously make sure that when you're submitting your lines, make sure that it's clean audio. At the end of the day, the audience can hear your voice. So the deadline for submissions is currently August 30th, so that's the end of this month of 2025. So please do not email me after this deadline. And the email you're going to be sending your submissions to is guys14066@gmail.com. Again, that is guys14066@gmail.com. And in the subject title, please put the character or characters that you plan on auditioning for, and also add your full name, or if you do not prefer to submit your actual name, you can just submit your YouTube channel name or your stage name, and I'll be happy to go with that as well. So this has been the video. This is Transformers The Last Spark. This has never been shown before, about what if Megatron had his ideal universe in the palm of his hand, and how would that play out? What would he do to certain characters throughout the universe? What positions would he put them in? This series is very based on like Secret Wars from Marvel. This series takes some inspiration from that, but it's very much a Transformers story, and we get to see these Bayverse characters interact with people from other universes, and I'm definitely excited about that. So please apply. Don't hesitate to apply for any of these characters. They each play their own unique role, and it won't just be a one write-off thing. So again, this has been Spkdro Studios. Thank you all so much for watching, and I am looking forward to hearing your submissions.